Hello, my name is Jackson Lemmerman. I am a student at Florida Gulf Coast University, and I major in forensic studies. The year is 2025, and I would like to tell you about the impact large corporations have on Earth. So, what is considered a large corporation? The textbook definition refers to any corporation that has a taxable income of at least $1 million for any taxable year during the testing period. Another common trait of these businesses is that they typically employ 500 people or more. Common examples of these businesses include Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and more. So now you might be asking, what is the actual impact of these corporations? In short, large corporations are responsible for several negative impacts on our environment. This includes, but is not limited to, global warming, resource depletion, pollution, increased carbon emissions, water and energy usage, and waste generation. So, what causes this? Contamination is one of the leading factors. This is the result of air emissions and runoff from manufacturing, which contaminates the air and water. There is also greenhouse gas emissions. This is the result of industrial processes and transportation, which contributes to climate change and therefore global warming. These corporations also contribute to deforestation. Environments and habitats are destroyed to build more factories and businesses, which harms the environments as well as biodiversity. This is all without mentioning the large amounts of waste and depletion of natural resources. Not only are limited resources used at a drastic rate, but plastics, oils, and metals are contaminating our soil and water. So, why is this a problem? With the current state of our environment, we should be focused on being more sustainable, and these large corporations make that increasingly harder. At the end of the day, the reason these businesses are so large and popular is because a large portion of the population uses them. Think about how many people you know who shop at Target or browse Amazon all day. However, there are some things that we can do. Now, as individuals, I'll be honest, there's not much that we can do. However, we can still do some things. For example, prioritize quality over quantity when we are making purchases, make efforts to mainly support ethical corporations, and do our part to educate others about the negative effects large corporations have on our planet. Now, with that being said, as a society, we can do a lot more. This includes organizing campaigns to try and force these businesses to take accountability for what they've done to our environment. We can also push for better environmental laws. This will place caps on what these businesses can do to our environment. This would reduce pollution, protect endangered species and their habitats as well, promote sustainability, and even enhance public health by reducing exposure to harmful chemicals and toxins. So to summarize, large corporations have had an enormous negative impact on our environment. Even though it does not entirely affect us, it does affect our planet, and so it's going to affect us and our families in the future. But there are things we can do to try and make a difference, and these corporations should be held accountable for the impact they have had on Earth. Alright, so to wrap up, here are all of the sources I used. This includes environment.co, Cornell Law School's website, and our own university Colloquium textbook. This is also where I found all the images I used, which include Terrapath.com, logosworld.net, teachingengineering.org, Britannica.com, and infodiagram.com. Lastly, I did this presentation for my university Colloquium course with Dr. Alexakis, and thank you to my roommate Luke Leonardis for recording for me.